And the first thing I'm going to do, and this is really important, it's you're under the left side here on the panel, there's a section called Tools. I'm gonna click here, and there's an option for Keyword Planner here. And I'm gonna click on the option Discover New Keywords. So, as I was mentioning before, the most important part about setting an ad campaign on Google Ads, it's the keywords that you're gonna use to target your potential customers and to show them their ads. So maybe like a lot of you are not getting a lot of results, and I think it's really important for you to understand how the keywords work, because sometimes if you're not getting results, it's because you're not targeting the correct audience based on those keywords. So that's why I was telling you that whenever you think of a keyword, go to Google, search for that keyword, and see what kind of results you're getting, and see if they're like related to your actual like business, like your agency, and that way you can like understand if you're targeting the correct audience. So again, like what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add a couple of keywords that I think can work for babysitting or a nanny campaign to find new customers. And the system is going to propose to me different keywords related to those keywords, so I can use for my campaign. Or the other thing that you can do is that you can provide the URL of your website, and Google is going to search your website and propose to use some keywords that can work for that website. So maybe we can try both and we can see how it works, but I'm going to start here with only keywords. So again, and I'm going to suppose that I'm creating a campaign for a babysitting agency in Dallas. So I'm going to add like a babysitters in Dallas, babysitters, nannies, nanny near me. And here, it's really important that you change. Here, I have this set up for Canada, but I'm going to change it. And you can like target the keywords for any area that you like. So I'm going to do it like Dallas. It doesn't sound that they have. Let's see if they have the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay, so I'm just going to use Dallas. And here, the system is going to provide you with like a estimate reach of people. So like if I target the Dallas area, I'm going to target 11,600,000 people, like approximately. Oh, here, yeah, I have the Dallas-Fort Worth area here. So it's 16 million people there. So I'm going to target this location, and I'm going to save. And what I'm going to do is click on Get Results. So here, you're going to see on the top the keywords that you provided. And here, you're going to have an estimate of how many people are looking for those keywords on Google on a month, on average. So as you can see, the keyword babysitters is one that has a lot of like volume per month. Babysitters in Dallas doesn't have a lot of like not like it has like a decent amount of traffic, but it's not as much as babysitters. But what you have to consider is like this is a good keyword because it's more targeted because it has the Dallas word on it. So you have to find like a combination of like having something that is specific to your business, because sometimes when you use something that is too broad, maybe you're gonna get people to your website that maybe it's not based on Dallas, or that they're not looking for like the babysitters in your area. And here,
like Daniel, sorry, it was just interesting to me that those major keywords, where it's 1900, it says that the competition for that keyword is low. like, does that just mean that like it's very few people using it, but there's like they're spending a lot in it?
Yes, I mean, that's a good question, Danny, because the competition, it's low. It means because, of course, when you're gonna target this keyword to trigger your ads, you're not gonna be the only one advertising. There's gonna be other advertisers. So, and that's a good question. Like, whenever you find or whenever you want to understand which keywords to use, you have to find keywords that have a good amount of searches per month. Oh, sorry, I screwed up. Okay, I don't remember all the keywords, but okay, so it's good to, for example, this will be a good keyword to target because, again, like the competition is low, and when the competition is low, is that here you can see the amount of money, like the estimate amount of money that you're gonna pay per each click that your ad gets. So the more the competition, the higher that this is going to be, because in order for your ad to appear on the search results, you will have to pay more. So that's why it's good to find keywords that have a good search volume and that the competition is low or medium at least. When the competition is really high, you will end up paying a lot for that. But I mean, you have to decide what you want to do, because in the end, if like a keyword has a lot of competition, probably it's because it's the keyword that makes more sense for like your business. And if there's competition, it's because there's a huge market and there's a lot of people looking for that keyword. Okay, so again, here you have the keywords that you provided, and the system is going to provide keyword ideas that are related to the keywords here. So you can try nannies near me, find a babysitter, living nanny. And again, you have to consider which keywords make sense for what you offer, because again, you don't want to send customers, for example, you're going to use the living nanny keyword. You don't want to send customers to your website if you don't offer live-in nannies, because I don't know, like Google, it's gonna punish your ads because you're sending, or your content or your website or your services are not related to this keyword. So what I do next after I have all the keywords here is that I start to check the keywords that I want to target. So I want to target all the keywords here, and I'm going to select a couple of keywords here. So nannies near me, find a babysitter. I am not going to use, because let's suppose that my hypothetical nanny agency doesn't offer nanny living nannies. Find a babysitter for me, I think it makes sense. Babysitting near me. Okay, there's a long list, and you can decide which ones you want to target. And when you decide all the keywords that you're going to use, what I do is I select the option add keywords to create a plan, right? And now I save the keywords that make more sense for my campaign. And if you go here to the save keywords, you will have all the keywords that you want to use for your campaign. So I usually write them down, or if you want, you can export the whole list of keywords here. If you click here, you can download them as a Google Sheet or a CSV, and then you can use it later for your campaign. But again, here we're just exploring the keywords that make sense for me and the ones that I want to target. I want to stop here and hear if any of you have any questions so far about like the keywords.
Is it
Daniel,
better to do many keywords? Or like fewer is, like, is there a better or worse for like just using like as many keywords as possible? Or might it be more like economical to just like pick a few?
I mean, it's hard to give like a precise answer for that, but what I have seen is that it's better to get obsessed with one keyword and make your website and optimize your website for that particular keyword. Because I didn't mention this, but in order for a keyword to work, that keyword has to be mentioned on your website. So let me provide an example. Let's suppose, and I mean, Google, again, they're not dumb, and they're like, they have systems in place to like understand people that tries to cheat. So let's suppose that, again, like I have a hypothetical babysitting agency, and I'm going to target, I find a keyword that it's like, I don't know, like red cars in Dallas that has a lot of traffic. So if I target that keyword to send traffic to my website, the first thing is that Google is going to understand that your website is not related. And I mean, I'm providing like probably like a really, I'm giving like a really dumb or extreme example, but it's just to make the point that, or for you to understand why it's important the content that you have on your website. So you're gonna start getting people that are looking for red cars in Dallas, but you have a babysitting agency website. So it's not gonna make any sense. And the second thing that's gonna happen is that Google is gonna understand that the content that you provide or what you're offering in your website is not related at all to like red cars in Dallas. So what's gonna happen is the system is gonna punish and it's not gonna show your ads. So I mean, I'm just providing like a really extreme case, but you should be trying to use keywords that are mentioned on your website. So if you're using the keyword babysitter in Dallas, your website should have, or in their title or in their descriptions, something that mentions babysitters in Dallas. So it's connected to the keyword that you're targeting. And again, like the more keywords that you use can get a little bit tricky because it's impossible to like the content of your website to be targeted to all the different keywords. So you have to maintain like a tricky balance between having enough keywords that you have a lot of like monthly searches, but not too much that you have like a huge broad audience of, I don't know, like, so you will start getting a lot of people from all around the US looking for services, and you only provide services in Dallas. So you're going to lose money because they're going to click on your ads. They're going to go to your website and they're going to figure out that you don't offer services in their location, or you're not offering what they're looking for. So it's always good to maintain that balance between having a broad audience, but not too broad that it's like you cannot serve them.
Meryl Ann asked in the chat, does the keyword need to be on the homepage or on all or some pages? And
yes.
on
Okay.
top of
So
that, is there a way
to your
show
first question, so the keyword has to be, because, and I'm going to show you later, when you create the ad, you can select where do you want to send the people that clicks on your ad. It's up to you to decide. So to give you an example, if you're going to use the keyword babysitter in Dallas, the page, like when they see the ad and they click on the ad, the pages that they're going to open should have the babysitter in Dallas keyword. So it's not necessary to have it in all the pages on your website, but on the one that they're going to land on. Yes, there's an option to set a daily budget. You can decide that and you can control.
Awesome.
Okay.
Daniel, does the wording have to be exact? Like yes, it babysitters, but you're probably not going to have on your website babysitters near me. So it doesn't have to be the exact words, right? It just has to be like at least the babysitters has to be on there.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Because sometimes, like, I don't know, like it's hard to adapt your website content to a keyword because it can sound like weird to mention like babysitters near me with the rest of like the copyright that you have on your website. So yeah, it doesn't have, but you should try as much as you can to have the exact keyword. Sometimes it's not possible, but try as much as you can to have it on your website. Okay, any other questions? Okay. So now I'm going to create an actual campaign and you can see how everything is set up and it should make sense for you. So, oh, sorry, I started to. So you go back here to the main like section of Google Ads, and here on the left side you will have a button that says create, and you can start like with a new campaign. So the system is going to guide you through like a step-by-step process, and you have to decide what you want. So for this particular example, I'm going to choose, I want to drive more sales or maybe leads, because I have seen like a lot of your websites and okay, no, I'm thinking, no, I think I'm going to try sales. So you can select, so this is the objective. What do you want to do with your campaign? You want to drive more sales to your website, right? And you can add like specific goals for this campaign. So do you want to get phone calls from your website or like, or do you want to get signups? So I'm going to remove signups because I don't know, like I want instead like that I'm going to select that I want them to submit lead forms. So because most of the times you have like the client application forms on your website. So I'm going to select this objective. Like what I want to do is like for people to go to my website and the action that I want them to take. Of course, they're going to read all the information, but the important thing for me is that they submit my application form, because that's the way that I get new customers. And then you can set the objectives. If you don't want phone calls, I'm going to remove it. So it depends like what goals do you want. So you can select as much as many as you want. Then I click on continue, and you're going to select the campaign type. So Google has a lot of different places where your ads are going to be displayed. So Performance Max is that Google is going to decide where your customers are, and it's going to display your ads. So it can be on YouTube, it can be on Gmail, it can be on Google Maps, it can be on search for Google. But for this particular example, to simplify things, I'm going to use search. So search is the traditional, like what Danny just showed in his screen. So it's like people searching for a particular keyword and seeing the ads. Because the other kind of campaigns have like different settings, and for videos on YouTube, you have to create a video ad. So I want to keep for now things simple here. So I'm going to select search. Select ways you want to reach your goals again. So I want website visits, and I'm going to provide. So let's suppose that engine hire. It's a new business, and you should give your campaign a name. So I'm just gonna like test. Great. Click on continue. What do you want to focus on? So usually what I recommend, it's always selecting conversions. Conversions is like people who actually submits your form. So that's your main action, because when you target for clicks, you're going to get a lot of traffic to your website, but probably there's going to be a lot of people who's just only like browsing and looking for information, but they're not going to submit your form on your website. So it's better to select conversions because, again, you want to get customers and you want to get people to submit your forms. Don't select the rest of the options. Leave this unchecked and click on next. Okay, again, I want only to be a search campaign. So this is going to be triggered by keywords. So I'm not going to use the display network. So only search. Target. So again, we're only targeting Dallas-Fort Worth. Another thing that I highly recommend is to use when you're targeting the allocation, it's to target people who's present on that location. Because like the difference between presence and interest is that maybe, and this happened to us a lot in another campaign. So maybe the person is searching for something in Google adds the keyword Dallas, but they're not based on Dallas. And again, like it's important for you to target people on the current location. What happened to us when another campaign that we created is that we used this and we got a lot of like customers from like from Southeast Asia. And I mean, like good to get customers, but we were not able to serve them because they were like in Southeast Asia. So it's always select presence on the location that you're targeting. Languages. So target the languages that you like. Usually, maybe I'm going to be biased in this, but I also add Spanish. But yeah, of course, Spanish is my mother language, but it's because a lot of people speak Spanish in the US, or if you want to target different languages, it's fine. Segments, leave it blank. Broad match keywords, you can leave it off. And this option also off. Use only assets I provide directly from my app. Okay, the rest of the things are good to go. And here, the system is going to ask you to create an ad group. So as I'll show you, like you're creating a campaign, and a campaign can have like a lot of different ad groups. Why creating different ad groups? Let me give you an example. Let's suppose that you serve 2 different locations. Let's suppose that you serve Dallas, but you also serve Austin. And the content that each of your ads is going to have, you want to be different because you're targeting Dallas. So probably your ads should have the word Dallas in it, and the one that you're going to use for Austin should have the word Austin on the ad. So it's always good to create different ad groups based if you want to target different audiences. Like it's not necessary to create more than one. It depends on what you want to do, but it's like if you do want to show like different information to them, or do you want to target different keywords for certain or different audiences, I recommend you to create like different ad groups. So let's use the exact example that I was telling you. So let's suppose that does someone have a question? Sorry. Yep. Okay. So the first ad group is going to be Dallas. And here are the keywords. So remember that we created the other keywords. So that's why it's good. Like the keywords that we use on the keyword planner, maybe write them down on a paper sheet, or again, like you can export it to a spreadsheet and use them. But I remember most of the keywords. So I mean, I'm not gonna add a lot of them. I think you get the point. And And here on the ad script, you're going to create the actual ad. So that's why, again, so I was telling you, it's good to create different ad groups depending on what you want to do, because in this particular ad, I'm going to add the word Dallas on it. The content is going to be different for what I want to create for Austin. So this is the final URL that you're going to send people who click on your ad. So this is a little bit like related to the question that Marilyn Ann was asking me. So the keywords, this is like where you're going to send them. So the website that you're going to send them should have the keywords that you're using here. So I'm going to send them to engine hire. Wait, what? It's not working. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the final URL that you're gonna use, display path. So I don't know, like this. I usually don't leave this blank, but if you want to add more information to the end of the URL, something like something like that. So the ad, as you're seeing here, you can see the preview based on all the changes that you're doing. So Babysitter Dallas, because I added that, but again, like I usually leave this blank because I don't like to use that. I want people to see the actual URL that they're going to be sent. Here, next here, it's like the headlines that the ad are gonna show. So here you can see the headlines are the blue text that you're seeing here. So and provide as much headlines as you can, because what Google is going to do is like it's going to try different combinations of headlines, because as you can see here in the previous showing best babysitters in Texas, babysitters in Dallas. So the system will start to like randomly display different headlines, and it's going to understand which are the headlines that together perform the best based on like how many people are clicking on the ad. So again, I provide as many headlines as you can, and try all of them to be different from the other, like one on another. Okay, next, you can add a description. So the description is what you can see here. And again, same logic as the headlines. Try to provide as many descriptions as you can. So I don't know, sorry. What else? Okay, you can add images to the ad. So instead of showing like this little icon here, you can add your business logos or whatever image you want. You can add a business name, your business logo, the site links. So this is what you were asking, Danny. So you can provide additional information. So book a consultation or book around like somewhere else or something else that you want to show them from your business. Callouts are like call to actions that you can add to the ad. So there's a lot of like different things, and what I recommend is like use as much of the options that Google is providing here, because the more information you provide, the higher. And you can see here that Google is going to give an ad strength to your ad. So the more you add, the more information, the higher the rating it's going to be. And the higher the rating is your ad is going to have, the more that is going to be displayed by Google on their like platform. So, okay, let's suppose that I'm comfortable with my ad. So I'm going to click on done. And I'm going to click on next. So this is, again, like Meryl Ann, what you're asking. So you can select a custom budget and set your average daily budget. So you select $10 per day. And here, the system is going to give you an estimate of which results you can get. So 23 conversions, so people who submits your application form. This is your estimate cost per conversion. And this is going to be your, of course, like 7 days per week plus 10. It's going to be $70 per week. Okay,